Yeah, the evolution of this Irish team, almost kind of from afar, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's positive. Obviously, I missed the last few camps, and it's my first camp back in, and there's a few new faces. But coming off today's session, they're going to be adding an awful lot to the squad, a lot of strength and depth, and things are looking good. Like,
Do you worry for your players?
I always do. Yeah, there's always someone younger, quicker, stronger, better than you coming up. So keeps you on your toes, and it's competition for places. It brings the best out of you, and that's what the manager wants. He wants them headaches.
And how are you injury-wise, fitness-wise?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's just picked up a little niggle in the first leg of the Forest game, and it just kind of set me back. The second leg was too soon. I couldn't get back fit in time. But I had all last weekend with Sheffield doing rehab and just getting myself right as fit as possible. Yeah.
Does it feel a little bit like a tournament? You know, it's the summer and you've got so many games together. You've got to look at it not just one game at a time.
Yeah, and I think the manager's obviously said how much is at stake and how much we can, gain from these 4 games, and it's competitive friendlies as they call it, but there's so much to play for if we do well.
Thank you.
Do I have it?
Hi Enda, Tony sort of touched on it. Do you see this as also a different squad to the one when Stephen Kenny started, in terms of faces and freshness of youth?
Yeah, I think, well, obviously when he started there was a lot of young lads inherited into it, and they don't really seem to be the young lads anymore. You get me? There's always been fresh faces coming in, and we've added like 3 or 4 I think over the last two camps. So they've added so much. Like, there's going from today's session, like there's a lot of positivity there, you know, a lot of quality, and it's gonna be a really strong squad over this summer.
Has the DNA of the team changed at all, do you think?
In terms of?
Just in terms of style of play?
Well, yeah, it's something that he's obviously come in, he wanted to stamp his authority on, and it's took time, but you can really see the progression in how we played over the last few games, the Belgian game and that, and we're really competitive, you know, in the way that we're playing, and the proof is kind of starting to come through, and we're scoring goals. We scored a lot of goals over the last few games, and our record, I think we're unbeaten in a good few games, so it's all positive.
How do you see your chances of being successful in this group, and what would success represent?
It's huge, because we just want to take that momentum that we have and carry it forward. There's an opportunity here to go in as a second seed, you know, if you win the group. So that's our aim, and that's what we've got to be looking forward to.
Yeah. And I suppose you touched on it there, Tony. Do you feel you're trying to make up for lost time at the moment for Ireland?
Yeah, obviously it's disappointing to miss out on the camps and that, and it was just bad timing. I'm just happy to be here. You know, it's always an honour to play for your country. It's one that I really missed, and just happy that I got over a few little knocks I have, and I can look forward to the games.
How do you get your head around the fact? I suppose it's 4 games in 11 days, but it's coming at the end of a very tough season. Usually this window is a bit of an easy end of season, friendly kind of window.
Yeah, we don't really look at it. We just look at it game by game, and we can't. It's a lot of games, but it's just like the way we play in the season. It's just Saturday, Tuesday. So that's the way we got to look at it. And as I said, the strength of the squad is huge. So I think every single one of us will be involved somewhere down the line.
Thanks, mate.
Gavin?
Hi, can you talk a little bit about your role at left wing back, what Stephen Kenny wants from you in that role, how it might differ to when you play that role with Joe?
It's quite similar. He kind of just wants, obviously he wants end product. He wants to see it more as an attacking position more than a defensive position. He wants you to play as high up the pitch, and when you're higher up that pitch, it kind of gives you that freedom to kind of see the game for yourself. And he just wants you linking play, and putting crosses in, shots, goals. He wants end product out of wing backs, and that's the positive thing. He gives you the chance to go and express yourself higher up the pitch, and he wants to be that attacking team and possession based, but he wants to see end product in it. He just want to keep the ball for the sake of it. He wants to penetrate and run forward, and that's what I think a lot of us have seen over the last few games.
And when he's asking you for end product, do you see that as a pressure or the opposite?
No, it's the freedom to go and create something, you know, it's what you want to do, it's what you want to play football for. You just don't want to be camped in defending. It's going to be stages where we're going to have to be like that and grind out results, but he wants to be on the opposite side, you know, dominating possession and putting teams under pressure.
We'll now do 5 minutes structurally embargoed to 11 p.m. tonight. So 5 minutes structurally embargoed to 11 p.m. tonight. Dan, do you want to get something away?
Yeah. When you came into the squad first, you would have played a lot of caps alongside James McLean, but are you in the stage now where you sort of see yourselves as rivals? I mean, you do seem to be sort of competing for that position, the way things have worked out.
Yeah, that's just the nature of the game. It's when I first came in, it was obviously me and him down the left wing, and the formation change means that there's only kind of one of us to play, and it's competition for places, as you said. There's also Ryan Manning there, you know, there's 3 of us there that can do the job, and I think over the course of this camp with 4 games in short succession, I think we're all going to be used and utilised throughout the whole game, so we just got to be ready and push each other to be at our max.
Am I right in saying you're getting married after this window?
Yeah.
So it's a busy time.
Yeah, you do your homework, don't you? Yeah, I get married on the 17th, so after Ukraine, I think we get back from Poland on the 15th, I'm just straight. And
So you're talking to Pratt then, basically.
I just have to show up, that's all she said.
Paul, ahead, please.
And sorry, you mentioned the Forest game there recently with Sheffield United. What did you make of that Billy Sharp incident?
Shocking.
And is that type of thing creeping into the game? Is that becoming a concern for players?
Well, over the course of that week or so, I think it was happening continuously, and I was out there with him, and it was just an absolute disgrace. And the thing is with that, you're actually fearing for your life. You're on a pitch and you're thinking, I can be attacked at any moment here. And there was no help for us. There was no one there to protect us. There was policemen beside us that didn't help us. They didn't want to get involved, and I've seen it happen first hand and done nothing. And then a few of our lads ended up trying to protect Billy when the second fella came into his face, and it seems like the police now are coming after them, questioning them for what they've done. But all we could do was protect ourselves and help each other out. And it's something in football that needs to change. I don't really blame the stewards, because it's very hard for them to be paying 40,000, 25,000 Nottingham Forest fans, you know. But the situation was shocking, and it just shouldn't be happening.
I've experienced that a lot before, because you've played in a lot of hostile places and you don't kind of regard.
It has happened over the time. I remember when I played at Portsmouth, we got beat at the end of the way. And it happened there to a few lads, not to the extent of Billy Sharp. I don't think anything would ever be to the extent of that. It was that bad, but that was first a little taste of it there. I think there was a few lads getting like kind of a bit of trouble off their fans, but nowhere near the extent of what happened at Nottingham Forest.
Because you often, you go to country and international football and it's regarded as having a hostile atmosphere, but there it is kind of happening in England and on a reasonably regular basis now.
Yeah, well, especially over that course of the week or 2 weeks, and it was even happening in the Premier League, which you'd never really see happen, and that's disappointing as well, you know.
Any final question? Just one more from Gavin, please.
With the threatening use of players, obviously you are under threat with it, because it is happening again and again. Threatening use of players would like to see happen immediately.
Well, it comes down to protecting us, you know. We're the ones, we're isolated out there. We had no protection at all, and there was people in place to protect us, but they chose not to, you know. They could see it first hand and they didn't help us. It was up to ourselves to help each other out and try to get ourselves off the pitch, whereas probably they could do better in terms of like just policing it more stewards, I don't know. It is a difficult one for the stewards, I do understand that, but it's something that has to change.
Where do you think it's come from? Because it's a phenomenon. It's happening across lots of sports at the moment, post-pandemic, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what's the nucleus of it?
I just think obviously they've been away from the game for 2 years with coronavirus. Emotions are high. It was an emotional game, and it's all well if you want to run onto the pitch and celebrate, but the attacking of opposition players is an absolute disgrace. Especially like there's 11 lads or a squad of 20 lads, and there's 20,000 people on a pitch running at you from left, right, and centre. Like you don't know what's going to happen. It can come from anywhere, and the fact of what happened to Billy, clear as day, you know. And Billy wasn't too far away from the tunnel, and that's where you should be policed the most. Is like in that tunnel with the stewards. They should be all around there protecting people getting in, and we were right beside the tunnel. And again, as I said, we had zero protection.
Okay, thanks guys.
Perfect.
Thank you very